meadow in the mist, where someone's waiting to be kissed. Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a journey over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane, and in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Beautiful music, sad as a will-o-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy serenading the moon. Oh, Skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you take me there? In your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Beautiful music, faint as a will-o-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy serenading. Skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you take me there? Yeah, Ronnie. I used to do it in 2, and I was thinking, maybe 2 would be better.
Yeah, those are some of the prettiest chord changes in any tune. That bridge is just Hoagie Carmichael. I think he was stoned when he wrote it. And it's really beyond him, really. You know, when you picture, you know how originally. That's how it was played.
Hey, just for background on this, how long has this jam been running?
This is the 3rd week. I don't know. I came here about 3 years ago just for a haircut and a shave, you know, but 3 or 4 years ago. And it had been going on for I don't know how many years prior. You gotta ask this guy. He was
Yeah, Howie was before me, by about,
Probably 17 years.
yeah, I think it's about that. And I was only one horn, so I was a summer substitute. And then it kept going like that. I stayed on, and then somebody else came on, and substitute stayed on.
Irv Kluger.
Really?
You're kidding.
17 years, wow.
How many 8 months?
And that's enough, huh?
Oh, keep it going.
Oh, he's still making up his mind.
Yeah, still make it
Now, you all work wherever and whenever you want.
We work a lot.
Why come and play for fun?
Yeah, right.
We don't know.
We got good players, that's why.
Because it's fun to play with good players.
You don't have fun doing that?
This? Mm-hmm. I had a lot of sins. I'm paying a penance now.
He's a Tony.
They
We
said-
don't need to explain this to you.
I said, God said you'll follow jazz now.
No, I think it was 92,
What?
Howie.
92?
Yeah. That's six
Well,
in
that's
my
20
mind.
years. Is that 20 years?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
It sure is.
20
it
years.
is.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was substitute teaching, and then I quit.
Oh.
Because that's what I called real child abuse. But I was the victim.
I was like, just saying, they were
I
abusing you,
was
right?
sub-teacher.
Well, no, Dick Guider here. He was. How many years were you a teacher, Dick?
31.
Yeah, but nobody gets it like sub-teachers, though.
You mean in what,
Public school?
High school or
Grade school.
grade school?
Band.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's tough.
Anything but band.
It was good, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but when you have it steady, when you got your own crew in, but a substitute is fair game, man.
Yeah,
It's just fair game.
Michael Ray Tyler was telling us some stories
Yeah.
about, you know, he's a substitute teacher. He was
Yeah.
telling us some, wow, I couldn't believe some of the stories. You know.
Oh, you haven't heard the one about Snelson?
About who?
Snelson was that oar, that's right
Yeah.
next to
Oh,
the
I remember that, yeah.
So he had to take off, and they had this old lady come in, and she was supposed to watch the kids, where they were so unruly, the officers tried to get a hold of her, and they couldn't find her. What happened to Mrs. Jenkins? Well, you know, here, the principal comes in the room, and in the back and you hear,
Let me out.
the kids locked her in one of the instrument closets.
Oh.
That's horrible,
I
man.
remember one time Russ Martino was a sub, came back to me, what did the kid said? He's terrible. He wore bell-bottom trousers, his wig was on crooked, and he hates kids.
I just got so disgusted with these kids, and one thing, it was 15 minutes to go, and I says, okay, it says, I'd already sent a couple of kids to the office because I had an assistant. So I told them, I says, take your instruments, put them down, and nobody even say one word. First time somebody spoke, I says, out, and that's it. They sat there for 15 minutes, more agony than I could ever think to give to them. Wow. And, you know.
But here collectively,
teachers here.
He's a teacher, he's a teacher, he's a teacher, he's a, everybody teaches but me.
Oh, and
I was traveling all the time, I couldn't teach.
the last thing I subbed was that oar, was for the strings. And I talked to Snelson, I said, this is unbelievable, these kids are terrible. I mean, they're no respect, no care about anything. He says, that's because of the real string teacher, you know? And that was the last day I ever subbed.
That guy, I only taught for 5 years at UNLV. I taught piano, but I was the third or fourth piano teacher there.
Yeah.
So they gave me all the garbage students.
You mean the minors?
They gave me students who they should have never taken in as a student.
Oh.
They wanted us to teach them as a first-year school of music, using a syllabus that they use in a regular school of music, right? And these kids couldn't play the difference between a major and a minor scale.
Wow.
And here they wanted us to teach, you know. So naturally, I had a big scene with the department, you know. And the Verco Ballet didn't like me because I made more money than him working with Johnny Haig. So
That sounds about right, Ronnie.
so I finally told him, I said, look, I said, I can't expect this kid to teach this kid to play a Bach prelude and fugue. This kid can't play a straight major minor scale.
Yeah.
So he said to me, spoon feed him. He wanted me to spoon feed this kid the entire semester
Yeah.
to play one piece.
Yeah.
I said to him, I said, you guys are the phony. He said, you took his money.
Yeah.
You weren't honest with this kid. I said, I want to tell this kid just how little he knows.
Yeah.
Right? And I did. And of course, by the end of the semester, these kids, they starting out, they were like 7-year-olds all of a sudden. But they all wanted to come back to take lessons all summer. You know, so then Verco hated me more. So I told him to go to hell, I quit. They wouldn't let me quit, they gave me a leave of absence, and that was 1978, I think. I'm still on a leave of absence.
Yeah. Find out if they've still got you on the payroll. They might owe you a big check, you know?
I don't envy teachers today, though.
Do you remember how Al McClario got fired? The principal walked by the room and the kids are throwing stuff and all disarray, and he goes in there and Al's sleeping, his head's on the desk and he's sleeping, and the kids are all cut off, you know. He got fired right there.
Who was that, Howie?
Al McClario.
So,
What keeps you guys coming back? You guys coming back every week?
I like Gina, I got a crush on Gina.
Might be mine.
Okay.
I've got a crush
What
on
key?
you.
The word from Jim Stafford, something to do.
Keep your chops.
But also the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a special connection you think among players?
Oh, God, yeah.
we really don't like
That's
each
my
other.
entire social life.
We've all been divorced.
is playing.
Multiple times.
We know how to take orders.
Follow direction well.
And here's the other thing, nobody in this room ever lies. Playing or talking, it's just a room full of truth, that's,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you've been a singer in Las Vegas.
I have been, yes.
Since 1950.
Does the band have the best sense of humor of the audience, of anyone in the room?
Generally, yeah. Yeah.
It was,
You have to be careful about not doing your act to the band, though.
Because they know it better than you do.
That's murder.
They've been listening
you
to
lose
it for
the
years.
crowd, right?
You can hear the crowd going, oh,
Somebody sent me a thing on Buddy Hackett, right, doing his routine, you know, with the elephant penis joke, right? My wife was standing in back of me. I was going to shut it off because I usually switch things when she walks in the room. But I said, you got to watch this, Mel. And I said, I gave her every line. That's how well I memorized that bit, the same bit that he did all of those years. But you know what? I laughed again. It's like in my house. That's how funny that SOB was, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
I saw him only once in person, and my sister says, "Wow, I didn't know he was that dirty." He says, "But it sure is funny." But at the end, he recited a poem
Yeah.
he wrote, and almost had us crying.
I have quite a few of those home. They used to go on the floor.
Yeah, he'd have you
And I
crying.
used to pick them up and take them home. I still have a bunch of those things, yeah.
Who are the best performers to the band? Who the band viewed as the best performers you've played with?
Dean Martin. Sammy
what
Davis.
sense?
Sammy Davis.
Sammy Davis.
Talent or being nice to the
I like
band?
Steve, I like,
Well,
I like Steve Lawrence.
why?
Good guy, good singer.
Hello.
Decent guy?
Could have been a comic.
Hello.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Funny guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah.
yeah. But,
And how about talent-wise? Great singer, Steve Lawrence.
oh yeah, without a doubt. Who, Vic Damone had a great voice.
Vic Damone?
Yeah, nice guy. Didn't go over that great with the public though.
Yeah, he was okay.
It's a shame, you know.
I was in rehearsal, so I
Tony Bennett?
I'll come out. And I find it was a callback.
Tony's Tony.
Great singer.
Yeah, good singer. You know, he always, whether he was with his trio or whether he was with the huge, the big band, you know. God, we used to work him how many times, Dick? Wow.
Yep.
Over the years.
I'll call you back, Charlie. Okay?
Huh?
Tony.
I just said Vic Damone, yeah.
How about lady singers? Any great lady singers stand out in your mind?
Sarah Vaughan, Peggy Lee,
Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella
Well,
Fitzgerald,
Rosie wasn't bad either.
Rosie Clooney.
Yeah.
Rosemary Clooney?
Yeah. Who else, Dick? The nice
Edie?
ones.
Laney Kazan.
Lady was all right, yeah. Lady.
Great singer?
I think so. Good jazz singer.
She was damn good singer.
Yes, she was.
And Streisand told her, "You're never gonna go on for me, funny girl. If I have to go on with a broken leg, you're not gonna go on for me." And Laney hated her guts.
You mean she wouldn't let her sub for her? Understudy?
No way. And Laney had a great voice.
She got Peter,
Really?
the piano player, instead.
She was,
Peter.
yeah, Peter Daniels.
Yeah.
How about
you hear-
Streisand?
Did you hear the wonderful Streisand story in San Francisco? The music critic of the San Francisco Chronicle. She was opening for Bill Cosby at the old Purple Onion.
You're going way back.
This is way back.
Way
It was
back.
her first job outside of New York.
No, Vegas one.
And there was a column-inch review like this in the San Francisco Chronicle, and about this much of it was Bill Cosby. Great new voice, urban comedy, new direction, blah, blah, blah. But right at the bottom, there was a one-sentence review of Barbra Streisand. And it said, "The girl with the big nose, or the singer with the big nose, will never be heard of again." The reviewer got a copy of that review in his mail every morning for the rest of his life. Paid for by Streisand.
Oh, that's funny. When she would do it, yeah. I worked her very first show here in Vegas. The Liberace brought her in. And we didn't know who she was. She comes into rehearsal, she's sitting on the stool wearing a granny gown, and you could hear all the carpenters doing, you know, all the noise. She starts singing Happy Days Are Here Again, and all of a sudden you couldn't hear a sound. Everything stopped. And we looked at her, and I said, "Where is this voice coming from?" Because you look at her, she had this long kooky gown on. I mean, she was not gorgeous in any way, you know, but what a voice.
How about Judy Garland?
I never played her, I wish I could.
Anybody?
That's where Happy Days came from, that Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Judy did it first
Judy
at
did, yeah.
Carnegie Hall.
Yeah,
And-
that Peter Matt's arrangement was great. That changed everything for Streisand.
And what about the best arrangers? Which arrangers have you enjoyed?
The Lone Ranger, he was good.
Every arranger.
Neil
The
Hefti?
Lone Ranger.
The Lone
Well,
Ranger.
Neil Hefti wrote mostly for the bands. He didn't write that many for singers, but he wrote basically for Count Basie. And, Ralph Burns, you know, for Woody Herman.
Klaus Oberman.
But as far as the, you mean the regular arrangers who wrote for the singers?
Wrote for the singers?
Well, Don Costa, too.
Don Costa.
That's one of the absolute best.
I was
Who just
Sinatra's
said
first
Count
husband, right?
Yeah.
What a great arranger.
It's getting good.
At one time or another, we probably, in Vegas, we probably played every arranger who was anybody,
I don't care.
because they all arranged for all the big stars.
Believe me.
We could tell right away, he could tell right away who did it.
I gotta go in about 2 minutes.
And which
We
house?
gotta go, we gotta, one more tune, we gotta go.
I'll do it, dude.